Hey everybody, so today I am going to do a video on my top 5 favorite restaurants at Walt Disney World. These include table service restaurants and quick service restaurants because I have been able to eat at a plethora of places because of multiple trips and dining plan, and I've been able to eat lots of restaurants. So I'm going to go ahead and get started with my number 5 favorite, and that is the Rose and Crown Dining Room in Epcot in the United Kingdom Pavilion. This restaurant is actually a 1 table service credit, and this restaurant is so good. I've always wanted to go to England, and so I loved the idea that Epcot has this little pavilion area that I can kind of experience it while I can't go overseas currently, it's that's a bank account saving kind of thing. And I have always wanted to eat in England, and finally this past trip we were able to get a reservation there and eat there, and the food was phenomenal. I got the grilled New York strip steak and fried fish, and I also tried my mom's potato and leek soup. The soup I want always. It was incredible. I was really worried because I had never had anything with leeks in it before, and I had to use my phone to figure out what a leek was. But it was so good, and the steak was amazing, and the fish was just every single thing was good. And a lot of times when I go places, one thing will be good and something else will be good, but it's very rare that I have a meal that I like everything. So this was incredible, and I just loved it so much. And then for dessert, I got the sticky toffee pudding, and I want that every day of my life. It was basically like a tiny little bundt cake, and it tasted like a caramel candy, but a gooey, hot caramel candy, and it was just incredible. One of the best desserts I had on our past trip, and that's why this is in my number 5 of my top 5 favorite restaurants, because it was just amazing. And make sure that you ask to sit inside if you want inside, because they have inside seating and they have outside seating. And when we checked in and they took us to our table, they were going to place us outside, and after a super long day in the park, we did not want to sit in the heat, so we had to kind of wait just a little bit to try to get an indoor seat, which we were able to do, which was very nice. They were able to accommodate us, and I was so happy because we were there's no way we can sit outside. We are already drenched in sweat and we just want to sit in AC. But if you get a reservation late enough for illuminations, you can sit outside, and that might be something that you need to make a special request to make sure you get your time that you reserved and outside, because the deck is right where illuminations happens. So that would be a prime viewing spot, so definitely check that out. My number 4 is the Pan Edo in the Japanese Pavilion at Epcot, and if I said that wrong, I'm sorry. I tried my best, I'm sorry. But it is 1 table credit on the Disney dining plan, and it was amazing, mostly because it's a little bit different than your normal food, because normally they just bring you your plates, but this one you actually sit at a grill and you let them cook in front of you, and it is absolutely amazing. I love the kind of show aspect there is to that you get a little bit of a show and you get to eat food, and it was some of the best Japanese food that I have ever had. We've tried a lot of Japanese food, and that is ranking up there with either the best or the second best food that I've ever had. It's probably the best at this point. So super good. But the only con is that the desserts are a little bit hard to pick a choice, because there's not really, normally when you go to a restaurant, you've got a fruit dessert, you have a chocolate dessert, and then you have some other different variations, if you're more adventurous. But here they didn't really have the option, except for they had a lot of green tea items for desserts and different items like that, and kind of the only thing that I could get, because I wasn't into like trying any of the like adventurous desserts. Like I ended up with vanilla ice cream. So it was kind of disappointing that like I had to get vanilla ice cream and I couldn't get something a little bit different, just because like I don't like green tea. And so like everything else that they had was basically like green tea or mango. And so it was kind of a bummer there. But if you like green tea, then you got plenty of desserts because they've got cake and ice cream that are green tea. So, I mean, I guess it's based on preference. So, definitely a great restaurant. Love the food. Amazing. My number 3 pick is the Grand Floridian Cafe, and this is located in the Grand Floridian Resort and Spa. And it is 1 table service credit on the Disney dining plan. And it is absolutely, I'm going to say absolutely incredible for all of these. I feel like I'm just like creating a pattern, but it was so good. I got the New York strip steak. It came with a loaded twice baked potato and broccolini. And when I looked back on the Disney Experience app to figure out exactly what was on the plate that I had ordered, it said that it came with a house-made steak salad. I'm a little confused about that because I did not receive that, and neither did both of my parents, because we ordered the same entree and we didn't receive that. So I don't know if like it was just a mess up when we were there and we didn't realize it, or they added this later, but it hasn't been that long since we went, so I'm just a little confused about that. But I don't know. The steak, best steak I've ever had in my life. It was cooked perfectly. I asked for medium and it came out perfect. A lot of times when you go to restaurants, when you ask for a temperature on your steak, you don't get it. It's either too well done or too underdone, and it just, when it's too well done, it's just not good, and too underdone, I have to send it back because I can't eat food that's not cooked enough. But this steak fell apart as you're cutting it. It was so delicious, and a lot of times I will use steak sauce with my steak, especially when I cook them here at home. This steak, I didn't even use the steak sauce. It was so amazing and delicious. Like, I loved it so much. And the potatoes, I am a sucker for potatoes. I love potato dishes because I love like carbs. And so these potatoes, incredible. Loved them so much. Normally, like a loaded twice baked potato, you can, like, a lot of restaurants will bring it on the side and you do it yourself, or they put it together and it's not like measured out correctly. A lot of times they don't put enough butter, or there's like way too much sour cream. But this one was absolute perfection. Everything was balanced out evenly and it tasted so good. Now the broccolini, I tasted, it was good, but like I finished the steak because the steak was absolutely incredible. So I decided to forego the broccolini and I finished all of the potato and all of the steak. And then for dessert, I'm going to butcher this name, but the chocolate timbali. Basically, it was a very good chocolate dessert. I mean, it was a good chocolate dessert. It definitely wasn't like amazing, like I want to always get that again and everything, but like the steak and the potatoes made up for the kind of lackluster desserts. They were okay. They weren't anything special. They were good. Like, I mean, I finished all of it. It was a super good chocolate dessert, but like it wasn't anything like I want to write home about, you know. So definitely a good choice. After that, I love that it's in the Grand Floridian because you can be in the Magic Kingdom, and then we took the monorail over and it didn't even take that long. So that was a definite, like, I definitely planned it that way, to spend the day in the Magic Kingdom, take the monorail and go on over there. But then you can walk around the resort. We walked around the resort a little bit before, not really too much, but afterwards we were able to walk around the entire resort. I think we spent almost 2 hours in the resort, and they have so many shops. And due to the fact that it's a more expensive resort, it's not as crowded because the people that are there are the guests, and then there are some people that are there for the restaurants that they have, but it is not nearly as crowded as the theme parks or like Disney Springs. So it was really nice to like go into stores and look around and not be like pushed and shoved because there was lots of people. And the stores were actually super amazing. They had Disney specific stores, and then they had some like clothing stores, and they actually had a Basin White there, and that's where I got all my bath bombs that I showed in my Disney World haul, and I'll link that down below in the description. And don't know why I did that, because that's not the description, but you know, oh well. But I loved that. It was so nice, and then you just catch the monorail back so to Magic Kingdom. It was just incredible. The entire experience was amazing. My number 2 pick is a quick service restaurant. This is actually the only quick service restaurant that I have included in this video. It is the Deluxe Burger at Disney Springs, and this is 1 quick service credit. And for this, it's a little bit different for your quick service credit. Your quick service credit will include 1 drink and 1 entree, and your entree typically will come with french fries and chicken nuggets, french fries and a burger. It's typically the way it happens. But here, when you order the burger, the fries are not included with your quick service credit, but you still get the drink. So you get a burger and a drink with your credit, and then you can order fries with a snack credit, which was really helpful because we ended up splitting 1 fry with a snack credit, and that was plenty. Let me warn you, these burgers are ginormous. But with that being said, I had a hard time putting it down because it was so incredible. I have been dreaming of this burger since we got home. And the next time we go to Florida, I'm going to go back to Deluxe Burger, and I'm going to get me a burger because it was the absolute best burger I've had. A lot of times when you go get burgers, the actual burger itself isn't very seasoned, and it's kind of like, it's just hamburger on a bun, and then like you hope that the sauces and things that they put on there are good. No, this hamburger was the star of the show. It was seasoned to perfection, and it wasn't cooked too much where it was just like a little dried out piece of hamburger meat. It was amazing. It was just, oh, I love it so much. It was beautiful. And it had, what else did it have on there? I have it in my notes. I got the classic cheeseburger. So it had cheese, tomato, lettuce, and pickles, and grilled onion. And then I added mustard on top of mine because it didn't come with mustard. But for a simple classic cheeseburger, I wanted to just literally eat the entire burger, but because the burger was like this thick, I could not finish all of it, and the fries. I think I ended up eating about 2/3 of my burger, and we finished the fries. And I was just like, I really want to finish that burger because I don't want to leave it sitting there or throw it away because it's so delicious, but I will explode if I eat anymore. So I think next time they have a really good deal. So again, we probably won't have the dining plan, but they have a super good deal that you can get 2 classic cheeseburgers, a fry to share, and you can get 2 sodas, all for $25. So that is a super good deal because I think the next time we go, me and my mom can split a burger, my brother and my dad can split a burger, and we can all eat because they were ginormous. And we'll probably order 1 more fry because, I mean, 4 people need 2 fries, obviously. But it was so good. The fries were absolutely incredible. Normally when you are at Disney, your fries are just like, kind of like freezer fries. You know, you dump them in the fryer and they came out of a bag. But these were handmade fries. And the dipping sauces, let me tell you about those dipping sauces. I am normally a ketchup type of girl for my french fries, and loved these sauces. They had 3 mustard and honey, garlic ranch, curry ketchup, horseradish, chipotle mayo, and buffalo blue cheese. And I think I tried every single one of them, and they were so good. The only downfall I think I could say about them is not with the taste, it's that I wish they were labeled because they come in the little containers, and I wish that somehow on the container they were labeled what they were, just for the sake of me being able to decide like, oh, that one's my favorite, oh, I know what that one is, kind of thing. Or even like if it came on the placemat that they bring you, because they bring you a little piece of almost like, it's like basically brown parchment paper on your tray. If they had it printed on there, and then they could put the little cups on top of those little circles, and the circles tell you what it is, so that they only have to print the placemats and not print special little cups, that would be great, just so that I know what I'm eating. But either way, it was great, even though I didn't know what I was eating. So I want to plan a trip just to go eat a hamburger again. So definitely go check out Deluxe Burger. The perk about Deluxe Burger is that you order your food, they give you a little buzzer, and you can go find a table. Normally it is a thing of we send one person to get a table, everyone else orders, and you have to like hunt for tables, and most of their tables are inside. So you get to sit down in the AC and just wait for your food to come to you, and you get refills. Now, if you've been to Disney a lot, refills aren't a normal occurrence in quick service restaurants. So that was a big plus because you are able to just get your own drink and get your refills. So I loved that. Let's get to the favorite restaurant. It is Ohana. It is at the Polynesian Resort. This is a 1 table service credit on the Disney dining plan. I loved this restaurant so much. I think the reason this one is number 1 is because of the theming and the food put together make it absolutely incredible. It is, as soon as you walk in, you're called cousins, and I love the movie Lilo and Stitch, so that's basically why I booked this restaurant. And I just wanted to feel like I was in Hawaii, and I really wanted to see Lilo and Stitch. Didn't have them there though, so that was a little disappointing, but it's okay. We got there a little early, and we went to the front desk of the actual resort, and we asked if we could get a lei, and they will give you a lei if you ask, and they will let you have one, because normally they give them when you check in for staying there, but you can just be like, hey, we're eating here, can you give us a lei? And they gave us one. And then we walked around by the beach, and it was absolutely incredible. Great picture spots though. It was gorgeous. We actually got one of my favorite family photos over at the Polynesian. And the food is absolutely incredible. They do it kind of like a family style buffet. So they bring the food to you. You don't actually choose what you want. And the starters were pineapple coconut bread and mixed green salad with the lilikoi dressing. I don't know if I said that right. I'm sorry if I didn't. I actually didn't like either of these. The pineapple coconut bread I thought I would like because I love coconut and pineapple. I really like pineapple too, so I was like, what's wrong? But it was just a weird aftertaste of coconut, kind of. So I didn't really like that. And the salad, I didn't like the dressing on the salad. So I was starting to get disappointed. But these 2 items were just like 2 of the starters. Everything else they brought me was absolutely phenomenal. So then after that, they brought out the appetizers, and the appetizers were honey coriander chicken wings. Absolutely incredible. I loved them so much. And then the star of the show, the thing that I ate the most of, pork dumplings tossed in garlic ginger sauce. Now, they brought out this nice little tray of everything, and it had those 2 things in it, and then it also had some noodles and teriyaki sauce and veggies and stir-fried veggies, and it was all in this big dish that they put in the middle of the table. And I think the dumplings, there might have been like 12 of them. I probably ate about 8. They were amazing. Now, I have been going to the grocery store, and I have been buying every frozen dumpling that I can find. A dumpling that's at least close to this dumpling, and I haven't succeeded yet. I'm determined. I mean, next time I go to Florida, I'll go get a Deluxe Burger, and then I'll just go order a whole to-go tray of dumplings. But they were the best thing ever. They were pork and vegetables inside, and they were just, I loved them. Loved them so much. I want them again. But then the teriyaki noodles and the vegetables were super good. Definitely exactly what I expected to taste like teriyaki noodles. If you've ever had them before, they tasted like that. But they were super, super good ones. Like, they weren't like kind of mediocre. They were like, oh, you can tell that they were cooked from scratch. They were super good. And then what was really neat about the meat is they had it all being cooked at a fire pit kind of area, and they brought around these long skewers with the meat on it, and they said, do you want this? And they put the skewer on your plate, and they push the meat off. So that was super cool. It was like really freshly cooked. So they had sweet and sour chicken, sirloin steak, and shrimp. So everything was amazing. I loved all the food, especially those pork dumplings. And then for dessert, they had bread pudding a la mode with banana caramel sauce. And now, I've never had bread pudding, so I was a little nervous about tasting it because I was like, it's just gonna be soggy bread, because like, I know how you make bread pudding, but I've never tasted it. So I was like, it's just gonna be soggy bread. I don't want soggy bread. And like, so I was like, well, I'm gonna have to taste it because it's like the only dessert that they brought. So I was like, oh, I'll taste it. That bread pudding. Oh my gosh, normally I go for all the chocolate desserts on the menu, but this bread pudding I would order again in a heartbeat before a chocolate dessert. I think it might have been the best dessert I had. Like between that one and the one at Rose and Crown, because they were both not chocolate desserts, I actually liked both of them. Like, I don't know if I like the bread pudding or the one at Rose and Crown better. They're like tied for top. The bread pudding was amazing. Loved it so much because it says that there is banana caramel sauce. There's just a few bananas on top. Basically, it is your typical bread pudding, and then they top it with some bananas and a lot of caramel drizzle, and it's just amazing. And there's ice cream to go with it. And one of the best things about this is the atmosphere. The atmosphere is incredible. You're basically sat in this humongous dining room, and the walls are pretty much just open windows, so you can look out and see incredible views, and it's just gorgeous. And it's a very family-friendly restaurant, so it's great to bring your family in and just feel comfortable, and it's just incredible, but it's not too loud. So it's one of those restaurants that you can go to and you can feel comfortable with, like, you're there, other families are there, you're not like, oh, I need to be very proper and kind of thing. You're just like really comfortable, but it's not loud, so you are getting to relax a little bit. So that is a definite perk. So that is my top 5 favorite restaurants at Walt Disney World. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, could you give it a thumbs up? Don't forget to subscribe below for more fun videos coming soon. And thanks for watching.